All right, friends. So I felt like this one was a little bit too big. I felt it was too big for me not to go mini live. All right. So instead of doing like a video, I'm going to do a mini live on this one because it's kind of easier for us to talk and at least, communicate because there's so much going on. We actually have to communicate on this one. Welcoming, it's a part of the mini live. If you're just coming in, hit the like button. We're reacting live to the video. Let's go.
Okay, what happened? It worked.
Nothing that you can fix, okay?
Nothing that I can.
Yeah, what's the point of telling you anything and you can't... What? You can't fix it, so what?
Well, if you tell me what it is, maybe I can. What's going on?
I just left Wayne's.
Okay.
He hired Shayla to work with us. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to work with Shayla now because apparently she brought some artist to the table that he wants to bring on.
All right, so she upset. So we've been talking about this, right? She is as mad as heck, and she have reasons to be mad. Okay, I don't want to feel like say O'Neill when O'Neill give an opinion, O'Neill thinks that she have reason to be mad. She upset. I would be upset too if you decided to take on Joe Grind, you employed Joe Grind to come work with me. I don't know how to deal with that at all. I would be upset. Like me tell you already, O'Neill's take on this is that O'Neill is thinking in his mind, you know what? Maybe I should just walk away from this all and do my own thing. You understand? Maybe that's what it is that I should have done. But you know what? Y'all have different pieces. Yes, Ozzy, trust me, say she mad, she upset. By the way, Ozzy, how was your birthday? Let's keep rocking with this one.
Wait, what? Why would he? Why would he do that?
Why would he do that, Aunt? Because Wayne cares more about his business and his money than anything else. I can't believe... I gotta work with this girl. I gotta...
All right,
Oh
babe,
my
look,
God.
just quit. Just quit. You don't need to work for Wayne. I got us.
All right, so y'all knew this was coming, right? You know that literally where Anthony is that Anthony really has been looking forward to seeing Amber being destitute because to him, if Amber is destitute, she has to rely on him. He needs her as the concubine with the ring, and so the best thing possible is for her to quit as far as he's concerned. Now, should she quit for that reason? No. For me, as I tell you before, it is close. You know what I mean? Charmin says, O'Neill, I don't want Amber to walk away. Charmin, I get you, but this is the reason why Amber is still even in the situation she's in right now. Just the same thing with the marriage where we said, you know what? Walk away from Anthony and divorce and move away from this particular thing. That didn't happen. Maybe if she was divorced and she had some money in her pocket, and I don't want to make any claims for anyone, but maybe if she was divorced and had some money in her pocket, this would not matter at all and should have been able to do her own little thing and it would be no issues. But now what you have is she have to deal with on one side working with Shayla, and on the next side she has to deal with the fact that her baby father also has to deal with Shayla. That's tough for a woman to deal with. I don't know if we could do it with Joe Grind.
See, Anthony, this is the part where I feel like you don't even know me. Like, this is my passion. My father was a musician. My aunt, a jazz singer. Like, this is in my family. I want to do
Okay,
this.
okay.
I'm putting my all into this music thing, and you just want me to quit? Why? Why you want me to quit, huh? You think that's gonna fix everything? Because see, Anthony, if you hadn't been messing around with the girl in the first place, we wouldn't even be here.
There we go again. Exactly. So she upset. Curtis says Amber should quit, right? Curtis Douglas said Amber should quit and ask her dad to help her, started a new label and start to get her artists from Detroit and other places. That's what me I say, Curtis. That's exactly what I'm saying. I'm saying that, listen to me. This is the deal. This is the deal, okay? Is either she gonna quit or she's going to have to deal with the cheating woman who has taken stock at her husband, and she have to go come home and deal with the husband, but at the same point in time she have to go deal with the woman again. It no matter where she turns, she's going to have to deal with this woman, and that's the problem. I think on the nasty, she have to deal with it. Kasim, at that me say too. Amber needs to just move on from which she have to go move on from everything. Because if she doesn't, this can ruin a person. That's all me I say. But you know what, guys? Hey, I'm staying out of this one.
I'm sorry this happened. I'm gonna go talk to Wayne.
You're gonna
All
go
right,
talk
I'll
to
talk
Wayne.
to him. Like, I don't know why he did that. I don't know why Shayla wants to all of a sudden be in music, but
Why Wayne did that? Why did you do that, Anthony? That's the question. Why did you do that? I can't even.
look, I'm
I
not the
can't.
only one in this situation that did something. All right.
There we go. There we go. So now it's beginning to lean up on the little strained marriage that you already have, which we don't really care much about at this point because the truth is that there's a lot of hiding and things going on. Let's view some of the comments. So Angela Atkinson says, "What I don't know is should Amber run away from everything?" I'm not saying she's running away from everything. I'm not saying that because I think y'all are missing the actual point of what I'm mentioning with this. But I know what I mean, that she can't be running away from everything. But let's think about it. Our husband is here, right? Her husband already was in the situation with this woman. She decided to put that down and said she going to deal with it. There's something also called mental health. And ladies, may I tell you from now, if something is going to cause you a lot of what you call it, pain and heartache, then don't go down the road there because it's not something you want to deal with. Unless you think you're strong enough or you think there's a lesson you need to know, then that's just what it is at this point. But hey, that's why I'm think about it that way. Chico, what have you said, Chico? Chico said he already sold the theater and he wants to sell the bar, and I bet next he'll want to sell her house. Hey, he's selling a bunch of different things. We don't know. We say I'm a scammer, but you know where it's at right now.
Wow. You couldn't let me have this one moment. This one moment of just feeling without throwing that in my face.
I didn't.
No. No.
And
She believes that she was just talking just now. She thinks she's just talking, but they are still in a very, very weird place. This is going to make her unstoppable. What is going to make her unstoppable, Noji? When you say she's going to be unstoppable, what do you mean? Give me that context there, say. Senorita says it's time for Amber to start looking for her out for herself. That is true. May I agree with this notion. Angela Atkinson says, if Amber quits, then she has to stop talking to Anthony, stop talking to Win because they all roll in the same circle. And may agree with that. That's what I'm saying. Start fresh. Some of the times you have to cut off. You need to cut off some states of mind. I think Amber, Shayla, and Anthony are states of mind that Amber will have to distance herself from if she wants a level of peace because they still come with the same drama and she still has to deal with that drama. It's as simple as that. Mm.
damn it, Wayne.
There you go. So again, Wayne is on the chopping block because now Anthony going to go over now to see exactly if him can correct her. That's what's going to happen now. Let me read some of y'all's comments. So I want to say they are setting Amber up for a mental breakdown. If you ask me, that's what I think. That's what I believe, being set up for a mental breakdown because she has to be dealing with so many different things. And that's all me I say in the entire grand scheme of things. But hey, you know what? Maybe O'Neill is maybe O'Neill is over the moon. Petit says, O'Neill, I loved your idea of Roland and Natasha investigating Anthony's situation. Yes. We need this spy, the super group. We need Super Ro and Super Natasha to investigate the Anthony issues. They are the ones that need to be coming out of the woodwork and doing this. That's right. The message Wayne has sent is that love of money will make you forget about your morals and respect. Thank you very much, Donna. Donna, Donna, oh my gosh, you couldn't give me a better line this morning. This is a very good message. This is a very good, Donna, Lord, if I could have find you right now, Donna. Donna, me love this message. The message Wayne has sent or is sending is that the love of money will make you forget about morals and respect. Yes, sometimes people you need to walk away. Not everything will make you whatever it is amount of money. Sometimes you can move away. I've given you all my stories in a book. The same group that was in that book that I told y'all about, I had to leave. Have I turned out better? I would think so. Funny enough, I have turned out better and I'm getting to do it the way I am doing it without all of the headache. Sometimes you have to get rid of the headache. That is true. Donna, me love that. Tabitha, Wayne is getting ready to check Anthony now. He getting tired of Anthony, eh? Let's see, because that now gonna be something different. Because Anthony decided him going to go over there to check her too. The story is getting interesting. Funny enough, it is getting enough. It is getting interesting. See, Barbara says enough already. This mess is out of control. It is definitely out of control, and your girl is definitely being hurt. But hey, I understand. Amber preach every day that she's guided by God, and my mothers always say, "Whatever don't kill you will only make you stronger." Charmin, me agree. It is true, but you also have to look out for your states of mind as well. Too. You have to understand too if you can deal with something or not. And it looks to me as though Amber is not ready to deal with this. The cut, the cut is not yet healed enough. That's what I think about it. The cut is not yet healed, and because the cut not healed yet, that caused the problem. The cut not healed yet. It's like you asking me to work with Joe Grind. I'm not working with Joe Grind. I tell you right now. you, Amber has to deal with her at home and with Anthony and at work too. It's too much. Nadia, at that may I say. That's a lot for you to deal with. This is what people now see, she has to deal with both of them at both places. At both places, you have to deal with a woman at work and you have to deal with her at home. This is giving no time for them to heal. Dorian says, Wayne is about his money and so is Anthony. Amber, you need to move on and get a divorce. Dorian, me totally agree at this point and she need to find a way for her own way. Maybe that's what Wayne I try to teach her with a little thing. She need to find her own way. She also needs to find her own way. Carl says Amber is gonna come out stronger and tougher than ever. We might see Detroit Amber. It might have to come because everyone is just pushing her against a corner. That's what's happening right now. She's being pushed up against a corner. I hope that Wayne don't end up sleeping with Shayla. Who knows? The taco meat has gotten expensive, Linda. Don't worry yourself. Let me ask a question for you. Will Wayne end up sleeping with Shayla? There you go. It's a probable question. One for yes and two for no. Taco meat for sale, guys. Taco meat is for sale. All right, let me see. Let me see exactly. Let me see. Hold on, Shami. Hold on. Let me see who else. And all right, Jackie. Let me give you a turn up. Amber don't have to deal with any of this. She's choosing to stay in the situation. Thank you. And I think this story is telling you about the power of choice, ladies. There is a power of choice. You can decide if you want. You can decide if you want to deal with something or not. I'm telling y'all right now. If this was me, Joe Grind go sleep with my wife or whatever it is. I'm telling you right now, from a male perspective, we would not have dealt with this. Say what everything one want to say. We would not, especially if it this close. I mean, know of the woman as my wife and whatever it is. For have Joe Grind work with me, knowing that my wife slept with Joe Grind would always be a trauma that's going to be activated. So there ain't no way. But hey, if y'all ladies want to give me something else, fine. You understand? Yeah, that's what it is. But hey, I'm just saying. So Tabitha says, what is the difference? Wayne getting his money and Anthony getting his money. True, true. I'm just giving plausible arguments on it, but y'all have your own takes, and I'm giving the takes, as many of them as I can put up. Marie says, Amber, wake up and open your eyes. You are literally letting them take your peace. Amber, take charge of your own destiny. Thank you very much. I love this. People can't take charge. This is the point that I'm making. Right now, people are taking charge of her destiny. She can go farm a label by herself. She's doing the work anyways. It's time for her to get off her rockers and push in her own light the way that she wants to do it. That's the point I think that is being raised here where people are overlooking. People overlooking that. Amber need to do her own thing. Since she had the passion feet, she need to do her own thing. She need to tap into that. Amber wants to be her own person and Shayla keeps intercepting herself in her life. Exactly. So that's why she needs to own 100% of everything, Angela Atkins. At this point, she needs to own this business. Because right now, she doesn't own it. The problem, is that she don't own it. The thing is that Wayne actually owns this thing. And that's what's going on. Let's keep moving through some comments. Brenda says Wayne and Anthony will both fail. Well, there you go. They'll both fall. So that's what you're saying. Both of them will fall. That's possible. It's plausible. Monica, let me see if I can put yours up there. Monica says, I think it's so sad. I'm so sorry for Amber. She's very unlucky. At this point, she's very unlucky. She didn't even take a wash off down by the sea because it's getting out of hand. Y'all can't say this not get out of hand. When did God stop letting people reap what they have sown? He hasn't stopped. Donna, he has not stopped. But I think that you were right in the beginning, Donna. You give a good plausible argument, right? And I think that that's good for you to go for there. Marcus, I can do the live later. This is a mini live, so I can do it later. The mini lives, I'm gonna end them very soon because that's what it is. They're just mini lives. So I'm not able to go very, very long. Yeah, so that's what's going on. But I can put you on the live later if that's okay with you. I can put you on the live later, Marquez. It's no worries. I can put you on the live later. Let's see. I have about two more space for about two more comments, and then hey, we have to hop off because as I say, it's mini live. It's just a mini live. We'll just come on for like a couple seconds and discuss it. Curtis says Amber's father is famous in Detroit, and his reputation is second to none, and she doesn't need Wayne's garbage. Grow up and act like she's from Detroit. Thank you very much, Curtis. I think that's the point people are making. That's the point I'm making too. She doesn't need this. She don't need this. And you have to understand sometimes when you don't need this. But Nanya has said there's no reason Amber should walk away from the business that she is building. For what? I hear this and I hear this argument. It is plausible. The point that I think I'm raising is this. I'm saying Amber can do her own business because it's obvious she has to take a stand. I think that Wayne is putting her in a situation to take a stand. She's forcing Wayne's hand to do something. I gave y'all my story from again. I gave him a story from the shepherd who lost the sheep, and I told y'all at the end of the story it was at either we were going to split that money equally among everybody else, or if we don't split it among everybody else, I would have walked away. And in that, the shepherd said, I'm unwilling to split it equally amongst everybody else. That was the story of my group. I'm unwilling to split it. And I said, you know what? Tell you what, because I don't want to have to deal with this again, where I'm going to have to be in issues with all of the other members of the group and we're going to go through the same turmoil again. I'm willing to walk away. And you have to learn to know that. You got to know when to hold it, know when to fold it, know when to walk away, know when to run. You never count your money when you're sitting at the table. Guys, like, share, comment, subscribe. I'm going to leave you right there. Talk to y'all soon.